Animal Crossing New Leaf, a game loved by many, but is the game worth getting in 2023? The year was 2012 and the world was apparently coming to an end, and the funniest thing ever at the time was Gangnam Style, and it still is. But something would release this year on the Nintendo 3DS, something that would change Animal Crossing forever, and that was Animal Crossing New Leaf. Now, Animal Crossing New Leaf was a massive success, especially when looking at the time the game was released at. The game was released during a time when the 3DS was dying, and it was trying everything to save itself. So Animal Crossing New Leaf had pretty much everything stacked against it. And don't forget, Animal Crossing New Leaf was the follow-on from Animal Crossing City Folk, which was criticised heavily for being repetitive, and City Folk slightly damaged Animal Crossing's reputation. This meant that Animal Crossing New Leaf had a lot to make up for. And trust me, Animal Crossing New Leaf did not disappoint. This game's main focus was innovation and making itself very different from previous games by adding new features and bringing back old ones that people liked. This was very different to City Folk, which was just repetitive. Trust me, at this time Nintendo was doing anything to save the 3DS, and they was not going to let the main franchise Animal Crossing flop with it. Even from the start of the game, the whole gimmick was changed. As in this game, you're the mayor, which gives you way more control than you did in previous games. Now this was a big risk, as Animal Crossing had a set foundation that you was kind of with the animals, except in this one, you was above them. So there's taking a big risk with this one, but it definitely paid off. Now as the mayor, you was able to do these things called public work projects, which allowed you to place stuff outside, like lamps, bridges and benches. This was very innovative and allowed a lot more customizability. As I said, Animal Crossing New Leaf has a lot more in it, especially when looking at the insane amount of furniture, fruits and villages added to the game. Honestly, this game set the gold standard for what an Animal Crossing game should be. Now there's one new feature in Animal Crossing New Leaf that adds so much creativity, and that's the custom designs. Now these custom designs not only allowed you to download clothes and painting designs online, but it also allowed you to create them. You could create anything you wanted, and this allowed people to be very artistic with what they wanted. You can create a Pikachu, and you can also create something called flooring. Now, Animal Crossing New Leaf didn't have paths. I know this is a massive negative, especially when looking at New Horizons. But back then it just didn't have paths. But there's one thing you could do. You could use these custom designs and put them down on the floor. Now this would be very repetitive and take ages. But if you was willing enough, then you could do it. Now this dedication seems very boring from an outside view, but it's a lot of fun. And this is what Animal Crossing New Leaf is. It's the boring things made fun. Going around placing each individual path, listening to that beautiful chill music is very therapeutic, and it's very calming. And it makes the game feel very personal. You see, you're finding challenges and you're having to go around it. You're literally breaking the game. You're not supposed to be able to place paths, and yet we found a way to do it, and that was through custom designs. You see, this just sparks creativity, and that's what Animal Crossing New Leaf is. Like I said, the game has such customizability you won't believe. You can even change the way your house looks, and that's something you can't even do in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Literally, you can make your house a castle. Now I don't mean by adding like objects outside, but you can literally go into the designer and change how your house looks. Now the other great thing about Animal Crossing New Leaf is something I kinda just touched on. It's the fact it's very slow paced. Now with these new TikTok brains, they probably won't like it, but if you want more of a chill and calm game, then this is definitely for you. The game is very slow at the start, but then it starts to kind of pick up pace later on. But this isn't a problem. This is probably one of the only games that encourages you to play it over a long period of time. A lot of games nowadays want you to play it for a few hours and you're done. Rush through it and that's it. Animal Crossing New Leaf isn't like that. It will do a lot of things to set a boundary that you can't go above. Now a lot of people find this annoying, but I find it quite charming. The point of Animal Crossing is to go through each season, which is a lot of fun. You see, if you rush and get everything done, then you'll miss all the seasons. The way they do this is by making certain bugs and fish only catchable during certain seasons. This allows you to see the events as well. This is what makes the game so charming. It's the fact it does everything to keep you playing for a long period of time. The amount of games where you can do everything all at once and then be finished, I couldn't tell you. But Animal Crossing doesn't do that. It doesn't overwhelm you. And of course, once you have finished the game, there's still a lot to do. Trust me, it's going to take you a very long time to finish the game, or come anywhere close. Like I just slightly touched on, another reason to get the game in 2023 is because the sheer amount of character that Animal Crossing New Leaf possesses. This game is just leaking with character. From the villagers to going to Tortimer's Island to catch bugs. There's just so much fun things to do, that's just so charming. The game, unlike New Horizons, gives each individual character a unique and real feeling. Each character has a unique personality. Now, not as much as previous games, I will say that. There's not as many rude characters as there used to be. This is slightly due to you becoming the mayor, meaning you're higher up than them, meaning they can't be as rude to you as they were. But compared to New Leaf, this game has fantastic dialogue that makes each character feel unique. And it doesn't just come down to dialogue. Each character has different scenarios that can happen. Some characters will get fleas more often, meaning you have to get them medicine more often. And some characters like the frogs won't use umbrellas outside because they're amphibians. This level of detail and charm is just phenomenal and something you don't see in later games. And the other great thing, if you find a character you really like, you can increase your bond, meaning they will eventually start giving you gifts and sending you letters, which is really charming, and that's what this game is. Now, another reason to get Animal Crossing New Leaf in 2023 would be the multiplayer. Wait, what do I mean? Animal Crossing New Horizons has multiplayer. Well, the multiplayer in Animal Crossing New Leaf is very different to New Horizons. The multiplayer in Animal Crossing New Leaf allows you to play mini games, which is something Animal Crossing New Horizons just doesn't have. I don't know why it doesn't have it, but it's missing out. Trust me, this alone is a reason to go and play Animal Crossing New Leaf. These minigames change the whole pace of the game, and if you don't enjoy the task-based gameplay, then this will definitely suit you. There's so many minigames, it's unbelievable. Such as fruit finding, and one where you have to chase a remote control toy with a hammer and smash it. And of course you can do this all with friends, which is something Animal Crossing New Horizons, again, can't do. These minigames are just so much fun, and like I said, changes up the pace like you never believe, and that's something New Horizons doesn't have. Now it's time for the question you've all been waiting for. Why should I get Animal Crossing New Leaf? I've already got Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now this is a very dangerous question, because I can upset both fan bases. So before I start, I'm just going to say, I love both of these games, and they're both great games. Now I've got to be honest, there are many aspects that make Animal Crossing New Leaf a lot better, and it's the fact there's more features. Now this doesn't make any sense. Animal Crossing New Leaf has so much more customizability, but it's missing a hell of a lot of features from Animal Crossing New Leaf. Animal Crossing New Leaf added so many great features, like mini games, which weren't carried over into New Horizons. Why? I don't really know. Animal Crossing New Leaf seems to be sort of an empty shell when compared to New Leaf. But one of my biggest problems comes down to the tools. If you've ever played Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know how annoying it is, especially later on, when every 2 seconds your shovel breaks, and you have to go and craft or buy another one. Every 2 seconds you're running back and forth, and it's very, very slow. And this is just something Animal Crossing New Leaf doesn't have. The reason it doesn't have it, because Animal Crossing New Leaf doesn't have crafting. Now, I don't really like the crafting in New Horizons. I find it to be more annoying and tedious. Of course, it has a lot of possibilities with adding objects, but other than that, it doesn't really do much to the game. I just find it to be more annoying, especially with the tools. The other thing that makes Animal Crossing New Leaf superior is the amount of personality within the villagers, which is something Animal Crossing New Horizons doesn't have. Now, as I said, the villagers in New Leaf don't have as much personality as previous games, but when compared to New Horizons, this game's just leaking with personality. Now, why should you get Animal Crossing New Leaf in 2023? Well, if you're coming from Animal Crossing New Horizons, then I 100% recommend getting the game. It's like Animal New Horizons, but better. There's so many new features you never tried. Of course, the customization with placing objects outside isn't there. There's a lot of different features to make up for it, especially mini games. I can't emphasize how good the mini games are, and it's something New Horizons just doesn't have at all. Now, if you're considering picking up Animal Crossing New Leaf for the first time, then oh boy, you're in for a treat. I wish I could go back to the first time I played it. It is so much fun from the first time you played it. You get to experience it all for the first time. There are so many experiences in Animal Crossing New Leaf that can't be found in any other game. Not Stardew Valley, not Minecraft, not nothing. Animal Crossing New Leaf, I would recommend being the first Animal Crossing game you play. Especially the price tag. You can get this game for like 15 quid. Now, coming on from that, the game can be very hard to find in 2023. So I'll leave a link down below to Amazon where you can purchase the game. Anyway, if you're wondering if Animal Crossing New Horizons is any good, then this video is for you. In this video, I discuss if Animal Crossing New Horizons is good in 2023. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. See ya!